Bitcoin is almost up 20% this week, and today I want to talk about like whether the bottom is in or not. So many of you have been asking me like, is the bottom in or not? And this video, I want to go over it, like analyze a few things why the bottom could be in, why it couldn't be, and also like my trade plan on how I'm going to approach the markets going on from here. And yeah, let's just start straight into it. So I think you guys are all familiar with these times and these measurements of how much we went down. I'm just going to go over quickly over it because like that's not going to be my main priority. But as you guys know, like usually um, we go down for like 360 days. I mean here it's been 377 days, and here we would kind of expect like the same. So technically we would expect the bottom to be around here going into October. So that would be kind of like our expectation for this cycle, and combining that with the how much we went down, you guys can see that from the 2027 to the bottom we went down 83%, and from our 2021 high to our 2022 low we went down 77%, and we would kind of expect like let's say around something like 64%, something like that. It should like this. We kind of expect something like that to happen. Of course, you guys gotta understand that this data is really limited, like the sample size is only 3. I mean, yes, some people are also taking like this into consideration, but I'm I'm not the biggest fan of that, to be honest. But yeah, as you guys can see, we haven't really hit those targets. Like, technically, Bitcoin should be down here, and also it's not October, so just going with those statistics, the bottom is not in yet. If you take the statistics, but I want to go over something different, and that's looking at structure. Like Bitcoin always moves up and down, up and down. Like it's not one straight dump to down. So like the market doesn't work like that. We have these high time frame moves, but these are um, consist of lower time frame moves, and that's what I'm going to talk about. So if we go to our monthly time frame, and wait, no, let me switch it to week time frame. Yeah, so basically, as you guys can see, if we draw our mark structure from high to low, we kind of have like our string structure, and then we have like our low time frame structure. And if we start from here, it would be like this, then like this, and then it's not valid because we don't really have low time frame structure, like we don't have two candle rule around here. But if we start from here going up, you guys can see that basically we got our 2-week break around here. And I mean, of course, you wouldn't just wait for this break to confirm the rotation to downside. It already starts like from this week. Was SSP the high? However, like this is, if you would just wait for structures, would be kind of like the tail. And then the next spot would be like this. Was like really high time frame. But yeah, if we now go to the bottom, we can see that if we once again draw our structure from high to low, to high to low, to high to low. Well, let's do it in black. You guys can see that we got the break around here, and basically since that we had this was basically our bottom, and we pushed higher. Now, if we do the same here, you guys can see again that it's really similar. Like our swing structure is this, swing structure is this, then this. Or technically, I mean, like if you go to the monthly time frame, then it would be like this. Of course, we have like this high taken, but yeah. But if we now go to, yeah, it's like this because we don't have two candles around here. Don't, yeah, okay. So we get our break here. This would again confirm the rotation to this low, and obviously we got that, and then we had like a higher time frame break of structure. If we now go to our 2-week structure and draw it around here, you guys can see something that we haven't broken back to bullish. Yes, we have broken back to bullish on the low time frame, around the, I think the weekly. Wait, I can check. No, no, on the 3-day. Okay, but if we go like obviously on the 2-week time frame that I'm using now, we didn't. So in order to like, if we just go based on market structure, we would have to break this high to confirm a full rotation to then take out like likely take out this high or the all-time high. Did we get that? No. Is it a requirement? Also no. Because like as can already see, internal structure can always also act as a pre-break of structure. This means we can already enter earlier and then catch a move. Of course, we don't really have that here. However, you could like argue that if you use the 3-day time frame, that would also count. Again, to really confirm full rotation, we have to break this, but yeah, that is kind of like what I want to go over. So that means if we would just go from our 2-week structure, it would mean that we're still bearish and the bottom is not in. Like if we just take that as our confluence. Now I want to go over a different thing, and let me just clear all of this. And that is basically how we move. As you guys know, in a bull market, we're like moving higher, obviously, and bear market, we're mainly trending lower, but it's important to observe like how exactly we move in these directions. If we start um, like from 2020, you guys can clearly see like, wait, let me go to 3-day time frame. Where are all my tools around here? You guys can see that we pump up, like during the bull market, we get the aggressive pump to the upside. Let's do it like green or bullish. And then it consists of a more or less larger ranging period, so red. And then it's followed by a next rally, and then let's do it green. I mean, this was like a bigger correction because on the high time frame, obviously we can also have that, but again, we have like mainly our ranging period followed by our aggressive expansion to the upside. What am I doing here? Green, again, we range and we go higher again. Let's do it again. So that's basically like our main objective in the bull market. I mean, I can draw the same here. Like the bull market basically started after we. I mean, I would take this because on the 2-week time frame, it was like our. It was well structured. Obviously, this was the main point, but it was valid to draw on the. If we take the internal structure, it was valid to draw. But yeah, if you were really picky, you could also say like wait for this push to the upside. This one, like clearly seeing displacement above this high. But yeah, if we go to the bull market, we can see bullish expansion to the upside, followed by, I mean, this was more aggressive, um, correction, sweeping sell side and filling this inefficiency around here. But here is like great example. We expand to the upside, and then it's the same thing again. We range for a long time period, and more importantly, we generate the necessary buy side liquidity for a move to the upside once again. Like that's what we always see in a bull market. Quick expansions to the upside, followed by a longer ranging period that generates new buy side liquidity and reaccumulates the same price higher once again. Like it's been the same around here, like pump up, and this was really beautiful example. Reaccumulate, leave a lot of buy side liquidity and expand to the like it's basically been the same. This has been always like that. And this pump is like, wait, now we gotta compare the bear market, but this pump usually happens in the bull market. Like you guys can see these aggressive pumps. You can mostly find it in the bull market. And if I now compare the bear market to it, we can see aggressive down moves. I mean, I'm just going to take the main structure point because otherwise it would take too long. Aggressive dump followed by a ranging phase. Generate sell side liquidity below. Now below aggressive dump. Orange. Followed by ranging period. Followed by aggressive dumps again. Like it's the same schematic in that sense. And you don't really see any aggressive pumps to the upside, like not like that. The 27% pump in 1 week is like insane. You don't really see that in the bear market. So that would be like one argument why we could be in a bull market, just because it's really unlikely and rarely seen in the bear market to get these kinds of moves to the upside. Of course, it could be the first time. It can always be, but it's kind of like a first alert that there could be something different. And I mean, mainly that's like kind of the clue. And now I want to go over like what I'm kind of expecting to see, how I'm going to trade the market. And it actually depends on what's going to happen next week. Like if this is going to be the bottom, we would likely see something similar to this, where we had like one really aggressive green candle to the upside, followed by the next candle to go even higher. And I would actually want to see the same for this is the low. Like get the next green candle here, break above this point, and then I would basically expect I to be in. Of course, we are likely going to see a pullback from supply around here, but mainly I would be certain that the high would be in. And as you guys still remember, like the bull market is always consistent of expansion phase and ranging phases, and that's like the next useful information that we need, because if this is our expansive phase, I mean, let's start from here, expansion phase, that means we have to get some kind of ranging phase. And that's like going to be the most important thing, why it's actually not, why you actually don't need to know if the bottom is in or not. You just gotta wait for what happens next. Like if I already made the expose about it, but if this is the bull market, what we should see is expansion to the upside, followed by a ranging phase, like here, where I could even where's the candle to here bounce pattern? I mean, if I copy that like this, this is, let's say, our pump. We should see some kind of range, reaccumulate, and then send price higher again. And this is now where I would actually buy. Like, as I mentioned, I am positioned, but not like as much as I wanted to. I was expecting for one final flush lower. I have to be real. Was hoping for one push lower, but we didn't get that. And yeah, I'm not going to rush in at these highs, buy everything at the top, hope for, I don't know, hope to catch the next 20% move to the upside. No. Just look what we did in the past. Like, it's actually simple. It's actually as simple as that. We pound up, yes. Obviously, we could just, the next two candles could send us another 17% up, but that's not where you want to buy it. Like, you want to buy on the retracements in discount and not in extreme premium where you can get cooked really easily. Like, these are the phases where you want to buy, and this is also characteristic for a bull market, because if this is a bull market and we start to go higher, you want to see, it's not really you want to see, but we should see price ranging, building more buy side liquidity, trapping people in this range, reaccumulating, and then setting price higher again. And then basically doing the same, maybe this accumulation range is shorter, and we're already like pumping up higher, I don't know. Yeah. So that's basically why it doesn't really matter if this is the bottom, because if it is, we're going to get these buying opportunities. These are the zones where you want to buy. Like, yes, of course, again, this would have been a great buy opportunity because we swept a major swing low, and also we SFP'd it, like we wicked it and didn't close below what was like a warning signal that we're going to see some push to the upside. But yeah, this is what I'm going to wait for. And let's say the bottom is not in. Let's say actually this is some kind of trap to trap the bulls, and we're going to get one final push into October Q4. Then what I would likely want to see is maybe, yeah, it should be in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Maybe get like a decisive candle like this, and then get like a insane. Wait, what is this? Then get like an insane flush down. This would act as major buy side liquidity at the highs, and this would be an insane flush of longs that would maybe even be bigger than this 10th of October dump. And obviously I would say maybe we get some like really bearish news. I have no clue. The rest we don't even need to know that. Of course, yeah, it would be nice if we could some shorts here, but we don't know. Like, this could also just send us higher, so it's no guarantee. But if we get that, let's say we get some Black Swan event, I don't know, some exchange shuts down again, or I don't know, one Bitcoin wallet gets hacked, but in reality it was all fake or something. I have no clue. No clue. Or maybe Mike Taylor actually doesn't, is a scammer. I have no clue. I have no clue. But basically, like, if we dump once lower, we could look again for longs around here, spot opportunities, but as long as it doesn't happen, we don't have to think about it. Let's just focus around what happens here, and I told you guys my plan. I'm going to see what happens in the next 1 to 2 weeks, and I'm going to look for these ranging phases where I'm going to buy. These are the major buying opportunities that are also even like high conviction, because like here, if you bought around here, like you, or around here, like you don't know that the bottom is, if you actually bought here or here, you're stupid, because there were some clear signs that we're going to flush downward once more, but um, the moves where we like see clear displacement to the upside. These are like the moves where the bull run is fully confirmed, and that's where we want to buy. So I hope you guys learned something today, and let me know what you guys think. Is the bottom in or not? And I will see you guys for the next one. Peace.